Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Frostfire, reporting the results of me literally only playing Akali for a week straight. I ended the week with an almost 70% win ratio, and I finally got over my ranked anxiety and played some ranked flex with her, to decent success. I did this as an introspective challenge to see how good Akali really is, and to improve as a player, and I am proud to say the results have been spectacular. I've learned so much this past week, not just about Akali, but about the game in general. I've learned a lot about my shortcomings as a player, how to actually improve, how to do basically everything from trading to CSing better, and how to not be a scrub. Let's get into the results. So, Akali is even more of a flexible champion than I thought. For basically the first 6 months of maining her, I would literally only build Hextech into Zhonya's, and my builds barely varied past the third item. This past week of playing her, my builds have varied so much game to game, and I've improved so much because of it. I've also learned that Triforce is actually a good item on her. It feels like you're playing a beefed up Nidalee with the amount of move speed you get. The Sheen proc is excellent against people who build Abyssal against you. The attack speed is great for comboing fast and fucking up towers. And the CDR is actually really good and makes her feel like her old self, when she actually had an ultimate. Also, a new strat I've picked up is backing with 2,000 gold and buying Sheen and Hextech Revolver. It's a cheese strat since you're delaying your power spike, which is Hextech Gunblade, but it's actually really good at picking up surprise kills and bursting people down pre-Gunblade. If you take Green Fathers and auto a minion before entering a bush, your RQ auto will proc 6 different types of damage. It'll proc Sheen, your Revolver passive, your actual damage passive, Green Fathers, Thunderlords, and the Q proc itself. If you're up against a squishy, you'll easily do over half their health if you do it correctly. Another thing I've picked up is that Akali is really good in low elos at trading top lane, pre-6. Contrary to the hide and shroud till 6, then buy Gunblade and burst people strategy, I've actually been playing Akali top kind of like Fiora, where I whittle their health down pre-6 and then all in their ass. And it's worked gloriously so far. If you're confident in your CSing, you can manage to always have your Q on the enemy, and doing that will make you win a lot of trades you would normally lose. Akali has a lot of good matchups top lane, and I honestly prefer her top now, because you're not going to be up against a Lux that outdoes you to 15 HP at level 1. But when I'm not top, I'm mid, and Uber Danger be damned, full AP Akali has never been so viable. It's a win more kind of build, and it's kind of cheesy, but going either Death Cap second or Mejai's into GA second and third is really great at shutting down games before enemies can scale into late. Even with her being kind of gutted, in my opinion, carries just can't survive the damage you put out if you build a lot of AP. If you're going in, you're still really durable with your passive heals, and mid-game at around 500 AP, you can heal for around 300 flat HP every 4 seconds, leading to you being very hard to kill, especially with GA, which is why full AP Akali is, in my opinion, the best build mid lane right now for winning. And lastly, I've learned that matchups really matter less and less the more you play a certain champion. Akali or not, it doesn't matter the champion. Before I became confident with Akali, if I was up against a Syndra or Fiora, I'd pick someone else or dodge. But now, it's at the point where I only have about 2 matchups I struggle with, and I've accepted the fact that those 2 matchups are objectively unwinnable if you're Akali. Those 2 being Riven and Pantheon, but I'll save you the salt of my undying hate for them. Just know that if you're Akali and you're up against either, take exhaust or dodge. So those are the main things I've learned about Akali specifically, but there are also some things I've learned about the game in general that I feel like I should share, because not a lot of people in Silver know them. One thing I've learned is that junglers at low to mid ELOs just suck. And that's a hard pill to swallow, especially if you're a low ELO jungler yourself. The jungle is arguably the most important role in lower ELOs, and some people just don't know it. If I recall correctly, during day 3 and 4 of me playing nothing but Akali, I played 10 games, and out of those 10 games, I managed to go 6 games in a row without getting a single gank. It could be because Justin was jungling, but regardless of the reason, don't trust anybody but yourself to win your lane. Speaking of junglers, I got camped. A lot. I had about 3 distinct games where I got camped. One game, I had an enemy Rek'Sai who ganked top 6 times in 10 minutes. Another, I had an enemy Shaco who was literally duo top with the enemy Teemo. I saw him on the map outside of top 2 times in about 20 minutes. And the other, it was just a Kha'Zix who never left his red side jungle. And the best part of all of this is, it only worked out in the enemy's favor 1 time. I was drawing so much pressure top lane that my team could just do whatever the fuck they want without fear of the enemy jungler ganking. Now, of course, they didn't actually capitalize on him being top lane, but that's not the point. Getting camped is great. You losing 1 opportunity top lane due to the jungler being there opens up 4 more for the rest of your team. Think about it like that. And lastly, if you seriously want to improve, not gain LP, but to improve, just do it. You're the only thing holding yourself back. Not your shitty teams, not your feeding Yasuos. I put work in and got results. If you want, you can do the same thing too, but you just have to try. Follow the advice of pro players and people greater than you. I recommend Niasi and LS, and admit that you're a shitty player. It doesn't matter what rank you are, compared to the highest level of possible play, Faker, you are shit at the game. But the first step for improving anything is admitting that there's shit to improve. So, improve yourself. I believe in you. Mind over matter is magic. So, that's about all I have to say, other than letting you know that the Resident Evil 7 review is on its way, and I'm gonna start streaming soon. My name is Logan aka Frostfire. Don't forget to /mute all, don't flame, hide under your turret if you're feeding, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out my Twitch channel, like, favorite, and subscribe.